Who returns. Red light appearing on top of the gates. The field is set. First of 7. And the field is on their way. Talkalicious refused to step really after the start. Went very, very awkwardly. Dropped right back. First to get going, Warm and Fuzzy. It bounded straight to the lead. In fact, it settled down 4 clear of Janora Guarded. A length and a half to Hot Mix. Followed then by More Schnitzel. And the wayward Talkalicious is back there at the tail end of the field as they headed past the 650. Well, Warm and Fuzzy has broken open the field here for Brad Parnham. Warm and Fuzzy first up, led by 3.5 Janora. A length away Guarded, 1.5 to the well-tried Commodity Hot Mix with just the 2 behind it. More Schnitzel, and tacking on is Talkalicious. Up to the corner now by the 375. Warm and Fuzzy nursed into the bend. Now only 2 lengths clear of Janora. Guarded is third. Hot Mix is setting after them. And down on the inside is More Schnitzel. Talkalicious back last. Warm and Fuzzy looked gone. Hot Mix swept up quickly. Went to the lead. Janora tried to go with it. Then Guarded, but Hot Mix is letting down impressively. And Hot Mix is going to pull right away and win in a canter. Went on to score on the bridle, Hot Mix from Janora. More Schnitzel could have just run third from on the outside. Guarded, then Talkalicious, and Warm and Fuzzy gave nothing after leading for home and paddled at the line to finish last. Very heavily backed Hot Mix and has made it look very, very easy in taking out the first. Back right in, 380 to 240, jumped much shorter though than that on tote in the small field. And Hot Mix, the street boss filly from Donata Smoothie, trained by Martin Allen for the Oakland Park Stud, ridden by Mitchell Pateman, has cantered home after conceding them a head start. Won by a length and a half on the Chewy, beating Janora. Victoria Corva. And it's pretty tight there for third. That goes the way of More Schnitzel. Number 2, Lacda Romilly. 5-1-2-4 in 105.80. A length and a half and 1 length. The margins 35.64. The last 600. The speedy Warm and Fuzzy gave in without a yelp after cornering for home and failed to beat one to the line. And that included Talkalicious, who was right out the back early on and didn't have an absolute clue what on earth was going on. So the winner has made it 2 for 2. Hot Mix, second placing Janora by Safeguard from ComC. Paul Jordan, Victoria Corva. More Schnitzel by Schnitzel, a colt from Stories, and trained by Trevor Andrews, ridden by Lacda Romilly. Punters getting off to a great start here and right on the money with Hot Mix. Race 2, a small field again of only the 7 with a pay 1-2. Ryan Hill rides number 3, Arnie's Pride, here in the next event of the day. 1-4-5-2 are those selections, going with Apache Patrol to make it back-to-back wins. We can take you down now to Brittany joining us in the enclosure. A pretty cool ride by Mitch Pateman, settling back off the pace there, and when he hit the trigger, gee, it exploded very quickly and put them away with an effortless win. So it looks as though it might be destined for a pretty handy little future, this filly.
Well, it certainly looks that way. She can't do any more than what she's done. To come to the races twice for 2 victories. Martin, you were on radio this morning. You seemed very confident with how she was going. Did that even exceed your expectations?
Yeah, look, but we've been very, me and Neville, we've been very patient with her. Just after that first up win, you know, I know she trialled a few times, but she really, like, the penny had really dropped with her. Even going slow in the track work, she was just a lot more keener. She used to just lob along, didn't really know what it was all about. Like, I speak to Neville, I might just put her in the paddock for a week. She's going to win some nice 1400-metre races, and something like the Rangeview Stud Classics, probably a race we'll kind of target with her, that's for sure.
You said there about stepping up to 1400 metres. Was it a concern coming back in trip at all today?
A little bit. I just swam her most of the time, you know, and just with the speed on as well. And, you know, you're looking at the weather, the easterlies and things, you're like, oh, am I making the wrong move? But I just didn't want to go to Bunbury with her. Probably been a bit lazy, but, you know, it's paid off.
Hey, it's easy when you can just walk across the road and she's able to perform like she did. She's obviously shown you above average ability behind the scenes the whole way through. Yeah, just her trial forms, you know, the horses that she was around, and like $8.50 first up, it was crazy. That's why I was skipping across it for Adrian. But she's just been a nice horse, and she's a lovely type of horse as well, and she's got a bright future, that's for sure. There wasn't so much skipping this time as there was at Bunbury that day. Well done too.
Thanks, Brett.
Martin Allen there, and Mitch Pateman, Scott Embry, they've found the shade, and Scott's with Mitch now.
Well, I grabbed Mitch Pateman, and he obviously knows this filly quite well, having ridden her at trials, and I'm assuming it was weight that probably meant that he couldn't ride her on debut. Mitch, have you always seemed to have an opinion of her?
Yeah, no, she's been nice since day one. I sort of followed her first few trials when Jared was riding her, and he always had a good opinion, so when he said he was having his break, I was quick to try and get on her.
What were your expectations of today, dropping back to 1100?
Yeah, I sort of thought she'd go well. She won well the other day, and I thought she'd be hard to beat next start. That's why I told Jade it was a boomerang and had to come back. So, yeah, no, she's a very nice horse. She done it probably easier than I thought she would, and yeah, she should get further, so everything up from here.
Might only be a mid-weeker, but it seems like we've seen something pretty special today. She looks like she could really make the grade.
Yeah, I like her. Like when I peeled out, I was sort of worried that Warm and Fuzzy was getting away from me, but I probably could have sat for longer the way she covered him. She covered him very quick, and I never had to put one round her tail, and yeah, she ran away from him.
No surrender, gut feelings, 1800 metres?
I think he'll be all right. He's too stupid to know he's running 18, so no, he'll be fine.
Good luck for the rest of the day, Mitchie.
Thanks, mate.
Mitch Pateman there gets his boomerang. Hot Mix straight back to him and into the winner's circle. The Street Boss filly making it 2 from 2 after that impressive maiden win at Pinjarra. She backs it up here at Ascot to take out the opener, the Tab Touch Better Your Bet handicap.